So in the US we have a platform which is new called Trestle, and that is a report that goes out to buyers or sellers, anyone who wants a property, and it includes just masses of data on that property. It includes how loud the traffic noise is, it includes whether the house is in any kind of a risk zone, how, in the States, whether it's close to earthquake, any reports on the property or repairs that have been done or permits that were received.
Listen, obviously virtual reality was huge and they talked about it a lot. I think that it's a little way off at the moment, especially in the US, but also Melbourne and Australia as well in our local market, but something to certainly keep an eye on.
I do think technology is very important, but back home in Melbourne, Australia is a very old-time world, so it's very traditional and conservative in many ways. So I do think relationships basis of technology would work better than virtual reality.
Certainly I think CRM and the way you can use your CRM much better, and personalising it and personalising your data, I think is so important today.
The big data, a lot of talk around big data, but I think what actually is amazing here in America is the access that companies have to data. I mean, it's extraordinary what any business, obviously they've got to pay for it, but any business can go to a data aggregator and start pulling a lot of that data for all sorts of different habits.
Artificial intelligence, the machine learning that's happening out there, a little bit around the VR. VR is certainly going to be taking off, very much so. There's a lot happening right across the space.
Some of my favourite that I've found is Roomy, which is an ability to essentially take a 2D photo and turn it into a 3D experience and look at furniture and potentially buy that furniture.
I think there's a lot of things around recruitment that are universal, and there's been some really interesting sessions around recruitment and creating value proposition and standing out from the crowd as a recruiter.
We just had a lady speak then about an app that allows us to connect our calendars, our contacts, our photos, our meetings, everything all together. I've already downloaded that app and we'll be using that.
I saw some fantastic presentations too on video, and I think some of that stuff is the easiest for us to do really quickly. So the importance of captioning your video, embracing things like Facebook Live, and also turning it into a script that people can read if they don't really want to watch the video. And I think that would be really powerful for especially help videos or how-to training videos.
Yeah, listen, I saw a really cool thing called Park Bench, and those guys are really allowing you to tap into the community. So that's something that we're very, very passionate about. So they're going to come to Australia.
Floor plans and photos and videos and virtual reality, like the carpool thing, these are going to be implemented in the very near future.
I've seen some fantastic presentations on robots that can help, and bots that can help real estate agents. And I've seen some really cool stuff on virtual reality.
Around the AI side of stuff, predictive, I'd also say that I was impressed with the ResB stuff with the automatic image recognition. I think that's got many applications, not just across real estate, it could be even across insurance.
I think there's a few more like 3D tour companies down there that are really pushing hard, like ImmoViewer as well is creating stuff with very simple technology, and that's definitely going to be an interesting thing to watch. They had a collaborative viewing of a property in 3D, which is phenomenal.
Brad Inman in particular, and his vision putting this together and bringing people from Zillow, from Google and many other industries, and seeing how he's collected world greats at this conference is really mind-blowing, and I think all credit to him.
Co-founder of Zillow, Rich Barton. I thought he has a great perspective, not only through the Zillow experience, but also through Expedia, which he was involved with before. He just has a really good perspective on technology impacting businesses and processes and lives and all that sort of stuff.
Diana today, that swam from Cuba, from Florida to Cuba. Absolutely amazing story.